Okay, so Panama and I and Eden are riding along the edge of this draw, looking down in here. It's not that hot of a day, but the cows sure are brushed up, even though it's morning. And so I thought I'd try and do little bits of answering my question and answer questions for this month. That's way overdue. You guys gave me some questions and I've just never got around to answering. So anyway, here, I'll turn around. This is gonna be hard to do because I've got a camera, I don't have a phone. And that was actually one of the questions that somebody had for me was, do you use a movie camera or do you use a phone or whatever to take your videos and stuff? And I have a Canon, little pocket Canon. You probably see in spots because I'm filming right into the sun that way. But anyway, it's a Canon SX720HS, and it's what I take all my photos with and everything because it's pocket sized, and I put it in my pocket or I put them in my pommel bags right here instead of a banana bag on the back. I've got these, so the boys gave me that as a present a while back, and I've really got a lot of use out of it because I can put my camera in there and know it's safe and it's easy access and everything here. So anyway, some of the other questions were in my old pictures when I post old photos, do I recognize the country? And yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes though, you know, there's nothing too much distinctive, and sometimes if you kind of know what they're doing, you're gonna know basically where they are. And so you can go, oh yeah, that looks just like the corner. Of course, if you didn't know, you know, that they used to brand in a certain corner of our pasture, it would just look like every other part of the sagebrush covered pasture that we had. Let's see, what else? So, oh goodness, I was gonna really remember the questions you asked, and now I'm kind of like, oh, what were they? So anyway, let's see, there was, oh, holy cow, I'm going to have to stop and think about other questions besides my camera and recognizing the cabin. And oh, somebody wanted to see Panama and do a horse vlog and what I liked about Panama and just talk horsey stuff. And so here's Panama, and we got him at a horse sale in Cody a few years ago, and of course I vlogged about that stuff. But he was a really good feedlot horse. That's what he was, and he had a real good touch about him. And people always want these big fancy cutting horses. Well, you don't need big fancy cutting horses when you're doing work cutting. You just need something that's going to move just a few steps, and you don't really take your oh, excuse me, he wants to take a break, but not there. You just need a few steps. You don't need to chase them down, because that's for show and that's for time and speed, and yeah, it's not really how you work cows. So anyway, he handled really well, and of course that's kind of worn off of him because, you know, I'm not riding him the way I should. I spoil him. So, oh, I just spotted those cows over there. But guess what? They're across the fence, so don't have to get those. So we'll turn back uphill. All right. So anyway, he's, you know, he's been a nice horse for me. He came. The thing about buying feedlot horses, which I've kind of said I'll never buy another one. But they're really good at opening gates. And so you don't have to get off. You can just sit here and open them. And that's great. But when he first came, he didn't know how to pick up his feet. And so he tripped a lot. Because if anybody's ever walked out in country like this, and especially when you're going through, see, sagebrush. He's not as bad as he used to be, believe it or not. So, anyway, that's one thing I didn't ever really like about him, was he tripped a lot. And, you know, when you grow up and you don't have to pick your feet up because it's all going to be the same level, you don't get used to picking them up and putting them down like you should. So anyway, that was kind of a problem with him. And then he didn't like to cross little streams. Big creek, no problem, but the little bitty, you know, ones that are like 1.5 wide and but you know, maybe 2 foot down in the ground or something that they've eroded away. Where's my dog going? Eden? Anyway, so he got over that. And then I remembered another question was Eden. And Eden's been a good dog. She's, you know, Lucas has my heart. Lucas will always have my heart. And Elsa, you know, Dolly in her own way, even though she was like grouchy. You know, every dog's different. And Eden, of course, one of the reasons I picked her out was because she was related to Elsa. And sorry, going through the big sage. Here, we'll stop right here because I'll zoom in for you. This is probably getting too long anyway, but over there under the tree, you can see some deer, and above them, you can see some cows. So that's where I'll be heading. All right, anyway, she did, oops, did I change that? No, still got it. Oh, there goes the deer. Spooked him. Eden has Elsa's little high-pitched yip, which if there was anything of Elsa's I wish that she hadn't inherited, it would have been that high-pitched yip, because it's like ear-piercing yip, yip, yip. And thankfully she doesn't do it that often, but she does do it. Like I said, she's probably not the best cow dog I've ever had, because she doesn't get worked. Like every day the boys' dogs get worked. I posted that video on Facebook of Brandon and Jekyll, and you know, they do pretty good because, you know, they're out here all the time, and a lot of times I'm not. So Eden is you know, not the best cow dog, and that's just due to me not giving her the experience and which she needs. And then, you know, for those of you that say, well, you should get some cows in and work them, and I was told a long time ago that cows aren't toys, so we don't play with our cows. So this is it. She either gets work on the job or not all. So yeah, I mean, she's a sweetheart. You know, I don't really have too much to complain about, except I've never had a bobtail dog before, and I found out that you have to wash bobtail dogs' butts a lot, or at least I have to with her. I mean, she gets poopy and it's gross. I'm not going to elaborate. It's just gross. My arm is about to die here, so I'm going to pause and get through this big sagebrush, and I'll start up again. All right.